There is no topic where economics doesn't have some unique twist on the subject. I'm a proud Texan. Texans take pride in our lawn. And so even today, I still cut my own yard. A friend of mine said, "Hey, you want to play a round of golf this afternoon?" And I said, "Oh man, I'd love to, but I gotta cut this yard." He kind of laughed at me and said, "Look, what are you talking about? You can always pay someone to cut your yard, but you can't pay someone to have fun for you." The puzzling thing about my behavior is that, yes, now I cut my yard, but when I was 24 years old, I tried to hire everyone you can imagine to make my life frictionless so I could spend every waking hour working. I wanted to use those hours to develop as an economist. Opportunity cost is a simple concept in economics. If I am working late, the opportunity cost might be spending more time with my kids. And the question is, how costly are those things to miss? Let's take Jane, who's a young investment banker working 90 hours a week. Jane's time is extremely valuable. Then it's an obvious decision that Jane should hire out. Let's say that there's a guy who has a few kids. His hourly rate is about the same hourly rate as the cleaning person. Even in that case, it makes sense for him to hire out. An extra hour hanging out with his kids, helping them develop, might be more valuable in the future than whatever it takes for the hour of cleaning today. 10% of Americans actually pay for outside help to help them with their chores. And my sense is that number is way, way too small. When you put this through a simple economic analysis, more often than you might think, it makes sense to hire out. I got a puppy, and I went home for Thanksgiving. And my grandmother says, "I thought you had a dog." And I said, "I have someone who comes by the house 3 times a day, and they feed it and walk it around and take care of it, and I'll be there when I get back." And she said, "Baby, you have somebody who walks your own dog? Oh, Lord, you have made it." like, for her, that's unfathomable. My sense is millennials are embracing hiring out more than older generations because our generations were a little bit more identity-based. I do things myself. It's part of our sense of self-worth. Figure out how much of this is my identity and how much of it just makes good economic sense, because who am I kidding? We all, when you're busy, you need some help.